Hello, welcome to Good Morning RPG. I'm Leia, that's Matt,
Hello.
and today we're silly.
Today we are silly, and we have done things, and I have a giant black screen with stuff on it because I'm not actually painting today.
Well, that's me normally.
That's you normally. Today,
Normally I'm the one with the black
Brighter.
surface.
brighter? Why you do this?
Although I have so many paint stains from like the last 2 years of painting on this mat that like it's not very black anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did that sound so sad?
Good morning, everyone. Me sad or
Good
you sad?
morning. Me sad. I don't know. I'm in a weird spot right now.
Good to know that makes you laugh, because now I'm just gonna do that every time you say you're sad because it'll make you laugh.
every time I have a problem, you're just whoa.
And it's not because I don't want to listen to it. It's because I know it makes you laugh, and that is a better happiness than not laughing.
This is a perfectly fine. I like this. I like the. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Solution. I like the solution to this problem.
Have you seen the one of the husky where he's like "Ah!" and he just keeps yelling, and he's like "Ah!" and just like yells straight into the sky.
Every husky video I've ever seen.
But have you seen the one where they turn into a Super Saiyan while they do it?
No.
Because I'm gonna go find that right now.
You're gonna go find that one?
Yeah, I can show that on screen.
Let's see. I think I was gonna do this old gold, so I'm using an old gold color for this purple.
Just found it.
Such a weirdo.
Me?
No, not you.
Me?
Somebody else. No, I just said somebody else.
Oh.
Who looks just like you and is also named Matt.
Fuck.
Oh, I did that thing again where I get too much paint out.
Alright, I found it.
Oh no, what did you
Oh, I gotta stop the music for a sec. Alright, is this desktop audio? Yeah, it's desktop audio. Here we go. So, I'm gonna stay silent because I don't know how you can watch this easily other than just being on the stream. But
Yeah.
stream, this is a husky turning Super Saiyan.
I love you, Kobe.
And that's what I think of sometimes. That's
what I'm gonna think of now. From now on.
Sometimes I'll do them like if Jess or I are making like a whiny argument that, you know, is kind of like oh honey, oh no, like condescendingly sympathetic. Sometimes I'll like when we're having like a fake tantrum, we'll just be like a husky does. But then it also turns funny because then one of us will just do that, but then we'll do the Super Saiyan thing at the end if we're really trying to be a bastard. We're like, oh! The whole time.
Oh my god.
Taylor Swift and Whitney. Oh yes, I have seen the Taylor Swift and Whitney Houston goats. I can't play those though because they are very stream copyrighted. I know exactly which ones you're talking about, though. They're very funny. Alright. I need to measure out.
Man. I like this metallic with this purple. But it is not going on awesome.
Oh, hold on. That's not correct.
It's like it's very thin. Oh, crap. Okay, I can get through this. I can do this. I can do this. It's okay. There's nothing wrong. Wait, there's no problems.
That music back on. Anyway, how's everybody doing? How's it going?
Yeah. Tell us how you are. Because if I talk about how I am, then Matt's gonna make more husky noises, and I don't know if anybody else needs that in their life.
I'm not gonna do it when you're actually sad. Or I might do it when you're actually sad. I'm not gonna do it to take away that you're sad.
That's my secret, Matt. I'm always sad.
Oh no! I think the other one. Have you seen the TIE Fighter dog?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
It also reminds me of the TIE Fighter dog. There's the Markiplier video where he's like doing a try not to laugh, and he's like, "Oh no, that's really funny." He like can't hold it
Oh
together.
no, my band-aid's coming off.
Alright, get off. Oh, what? Did I just... I didn't even cut all the way through? God damn it.
Uh-oh.
This knife is definitely not sharp enough for this.
Oh, I suck. Ugh.
Much better. Yes. The size that I need. Fuck, that's way bigger than I thought that would be. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so... What's that image I had?
What the?
I just basically need to draw a stained glass type pattern over this. But have it be a fragment of a larger whole, because there's going to be 8 of this size on the set.
Are they gonna be square like that, or are they gonna look like?
They're gonna be.
Are
So
they
they're gonna fit
look
inside a cube.
busted up?
They're gonna be like set inside a cube shelf, and so this is gonna be like a stencil. So I'm gonna cut away most of this black, and draw on it with a pencil.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering
I'm
how,
picking
like,
up what you're putting down.
How thick I want my lines is my next thing. I want it to be like thick enough. You know this. So what's it called? The leading on the stained glass is gonna be this black. Like the outliney bit.
I know what you mean.
Is that what it's called?
Leading. The leading.
Lead. It
Lead.
read like lead.
Leading. No, it's leading. It's
leading.
leading.
Whatever.
I've actually done stained glass.
Hey,
Leia knows
thanks
how
for
to
that.
do stained glass, actually.
Really? Oh wait, no, we've talked
Yeah,
about this.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leading. Well, I don't know. You read that and you're like leading. That's what it looks like a leader, like a leading. And it, you know,
No, like lead, like lead,
yeah.
the substance.
yeah, I know. But like, the way I read it was like
'Cause
leading, as in like it
they used
leads
to use
the...
lead. They used to use lead to solder it together,
That
to
makes so much
solder the
sense.
pieces together.
Makes
It
so much
does,
sense.
yeah.
Because I was like, oh, it's leading, like it's leading the like leading where the cut, like it's directing where the color. I was like, that makes sense to me, like logically. So that's why I thought it was leading.
I love you.
Modern interpretation. Oh, thank you, Wongy.
Oh, hello, Wongy.
What? You don't like my explanation?
You are adorable.
I think you're being condescending.
I'm not being condescending.
I think I should be offended.
It was like, oh, it's so cute. It's so dumb.
Whatever. How thick should I make these leading lines?
Do you have enough? Do you have enough to make, like, some test pieces? Or do you just
I've
have
got
enough
one-
material to do
I've
what
got
you
one
want?
extra. I've also created a border that is larger than the pattern required itself, so I could make it a window frame type thing. I've got I've got a couple centimeters on either side.
What I would do is do a couple of tests. Like, I'd start with, like, maybe a 1/4 of an inch leading, and then kind of go from there. Like, step back however far away you're gonna see it from, or whatever. And see if it reads okay.
1/4 of an inch might be too small. Because I also need to be able to stick the other stuff down onto it, so I might have to go like 1/2 inch at the other thing is it's going to be like at the back of the set, so if I make the lines too thin, it's going to be...
That's why I was saying, like,
Yeah.
if you've got an extra piece to make some like trials, like do like a 1/4 of an inch, and then like maybe a 1/3, and then a 1/2. Like, kind of make yourself a bunch of testers.
I'll have a bunch of these offcuts that I can do that with.
Oh yeah, there you go. Use the offcuts.
Yeah. All right, so
Because I was in seamstress or seamery. Because my family are seamstresses, we do very much believe in the measure once or measure twice, cut once.
Yeah.
So this is kind of one of those situations. I love this gold so much. I wish it didn't suck so bad. I'm okay. 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 I got this.
you got this.
I got this.
You got this.
Today's just like one of those days. Chat, it's okay to not be okay. Just saying. We love you. I love you.
Okay, so that's how thick that 1/4 inch is. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I think it might be 1/2 inch might be the way to go by like eyeballing
Because like
it.
also if you take the vellum or like whatever you're gonna use for the bits, like you could take a full sheet and put it over whatever it is, like whatever your pattern is, and like glue it with like a dab of glue like in the middle, so you don't have like individual sheets. You can, I don't know if any of that makes any sense.
I think so. Alright, so that's a 1/2 inch. How big is that over there? I've actually got an example I could lead off that will be also going on our set. I should just measure that as well.
Good point.
So for everybody in chat, here's one I had prepared earlier. That looks, that's what's the leading on that?
Looks about 1/2 inch. It looks like.
In places the thickest would be about 1/2 inch, but she's also done it in the way where it's like thinner in bits and thicker in the others.
Uh-huh.
But
Hmm.
it works.
I think if you're just doing
It
like
looks great on
basic
camera, actually. I was worried it wouldn't translate as well.
yeah. I think it looks good.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Background material now. So that it's roughly 1/2 inch. So if I make everything roughly 1/2 inch, we'll have a uniform sizing. Even if it is further away, it will probably look appropriate rather than compensating for size, right?
Yeah.
So 1/2 inch is the way to go. I thought 1/2 inch would be good. It's about that. Yeah, that's good. That works. And I'll trim it and clean it up with a scalpel knife if I need to. Okay, well, that means I'm doing 1/2 inch on this. I'll use this as a guide. I'll draw with this thickness in mind. Now my next part. It's gonna take a while. Alright. Next bit is getting some bounds to cut this with. So that means if I make that centimeter, like that. Centimeter.
Damn it. Losing my Band-Aid. Hilaria says, texture your dragon by hardening cornflakes and glue and painting them painting the dragon color, and it would look like scales quite well.
I like that idea. Maybe not for that thing, because it's supposed to look like the glass. Like just glass
That could be
panels,
cool
but I
for,
like
like-
that. I like that for a different thing.
That could be cool for something, yeah.
Yeah. Cornflakes and glue. I haven't thought about that. But yes, I'm basically in the month lead up to our next big season of shoot. So I am like, okay, how do I make use of my time and not panic that I'm painting minis or something instead of doing the other stuff that I've got to do? So I'm like, I can combine these. Oh, hey Kate. I'll see you in the background.
We cannot perceive the Kate.
Cannot perceive the Kate. But yeah, I was like, if I gotta make all this and I don't have the time, I'll just do it on stream.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like I'm gonna create all these stencils, and then like I can get more hands to do get more hands to help me with the gluing of the stuff onto the stencil, because then there's no design work or other work needed to go onto it if I've already created a stencil for them.
Yeah.
Sometimes coming up with designs is hard. I already have a design to go off, so I may as well just do it. Yeah.
Knocking things down.
Alright, so this is kind of the bounds that I'm working within, which is good. Oh, Leia, I can't remember if I've told you or chat this.
No?
In the other stuff for this new season of D&D we're doing, got in touch with, I met him at PAX, L&L Covers, who does, like, pretty cool covers and things of music. He does, like, shanties and things, but we are basically working with him to create, like, an original soundtrack, almost, for the new season.
Oh.
Yeah. You heard it here.
That's very cool.
So, yeah, basically he's like, yeah, I'm keen to do, like, an album type thing. And we're like, yeah, we want to do, like, a season theme, like a theme for all the individual characters. Maybe, like, one track where you can, like, add in, like, elements of those characters. Where, like, in Steven Universe, how, like, if your character's on screen, it'll have, like, a different musical motif for that character.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were, like, just vibing. And he's been streaming them, creating some of them now. Over on his feed. I tuned in the other night. We were just talking about it. But yeah,
it's super awesome.
Go give him a look. L&L Covers. It's doing some cool stuff over there, and I can't wait to see all of it because he was working on like an ominous track the other day. Like the way we like described, he's like, "Oh, what do you guys want?" I'm like, "I want to go for like these vibes." So. How do we do that? And
Very
he was like,
cool.
he was like, giving a vibe is like perfect because it's not telling me what to do, but it's a good way to like give direction.
Uh-huh.
I also have no idea what I want in music, so I go by how it like feels.
I think that's cool too, though. Like I've always really like. Oh my god, brain. I have a big thing about like letting artists just kind of do what they feel will work.
Yeah.
For certain things. Like, oh, you know more about this than I do, so like do whatever you feel is like would look the coolest.
Yeah. That's kind of what I did with this DM screen design. I was like, okay, I'll just let you do the thing, and while it's not what I pictured, I came around to it, and I was like, I like this. This is great.
I've got not totally in the same vein, but like most of my tattoos are kind of like that. Like
I'll let the artist
come to an artist with like an idea. Yeah, like I think this one in particular. I really like the American traditional style. And I was like, you know, I'm into it, but like I don't know everything about it. So I went to an artist who specialized in American traditional tattoos and was like, here's my idea. Here are a bunch of inspirations that I'm looking at. Build me something really cool. And like even when we were talking about colors, we did a lot of that with like color choosing as well. Because he was like, oh, what colors do you? He's like, I was thinking like pinks and purples, and I was like, I'm not a big pink person. I don't know if I want pink on my skin, but like, could we do like purple and teal and stuff like? And that's how we came up with the cool colors that I've got now.
I like that.
Super. And it's like one of my favorite tattoos too. So. But yeah, I definitely believe in that. Like, you know what you're doing. You're the professional. Do
good stuff that way, yeah.
Just do good stuff. And I appreciate when people come to me and they're like, they want me to paint stuff for them. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? And they're like, this is what I'm thinking, but you're the professional. So just do what you think feels right. And I love that kind of creative freedom.
That's true.
I think that's the bit where I flourish the best. Like being given an idea and then being allowed to just kind of run with it.
Yeah. That's good art. makes good
Mhm.
art.
Man, I'm loving this like old. This color, this metallic I'm using is called Old Gold, and it looks so good
Oh,
with this purple.
I've heard of that. Yeah. So like a army paint or Vallejo one.
Yeah. Just had to put on a couple of layers. I was getting irritated because I'm like, it's so thin. I can't get it to look good. What kind of mistake did I just make
Yeah.
in painting my miniature with this? But I think after this second coat, this is starting to turn out really cool. I think it's going to look really nice.
Just realized that I'm drawing a darker color on a black, so I'm gotta illuminate this for you guys a bit more.
Oh, I can see it pretty good on... Well, we gotta hydrate, but normal like.
Oh, no,
what do we want to
I don't have
hydrate
any
with?
water today. Oh.
You don't have any water.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to drink the paint water.
I don't even have paint water.
Oh, you
on
don't
me.
even have paint water.
I'm even
Oh
painting.
man.
There we go. I have no water near me at all.
I took 2 sips for you. Better go get something to drink. We have 2 hours to play with. You
Well,
need to
I had a
go
coffee
get yourself
earlier.
something to... Go get some water.
That's fair.
Water's good for you. You
I
need
will
to
in a
drink
sec.
water.
How is that looking? Is that am my panels not big enough for how thick those lines are?
No, I think those look good.
Okay.
I think especially since it's going to be in the background,
Yeah.
I think those lines are going to be good.
But like the shards as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. You got like the 2 running parallel to one in the corner and then one coming off, right?
Yeah, it's like
I only
corner,
saw
edge
2
to
lines.
edge, and then, yeah, there's two main lines, and then there's a border around everything.
Okay.
So like
Yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
next one would be like, maybe like that or something, like a really big strip,
I would do like go the other way.
maybe like that.
Oh well. Oh yeah, that because
That
that's
one?
gonna look like kind of the rays that you were talking. Yeah.
Well, so
right
this
there.
is this one's gonna be the top left corner where it kind of curves around.
Okay. Yeah, I liked when it was more almost 45 degrees. The
Like-
first one, the first time you had it.
I don't-
Yeah, like that.
Like that. Because
I
so going off that image that I showed you earlier
mhm.
would be what I'm looking at right now, and I'm looking at the top left of that design.
Okay.
If you have access
Yeah, I
to
think that looks good. Yes. What was I painting?
Yeah, because I don't need to have like huge arrays of colors in this one, because this is one of 8, so I can just have like slightly bigger panels on each of these.
Yeah.
What do you reckon next? So I've got 3 big ones like that. Could do maybe
I
like,
reckon you should go get some water since you said you were going to do that after you drew that line.
I'm gonna draw one more line,
No, go water. Water.
but I've already started. I can't stop now.
Water, Matt.
Can't stop.
Matt, water. Water!
I can't stop. It's fine.
Ah,
It's fine.
We got another... Or no, we don't have another hydrate. Nope, sorry.
It's the same hydrate
I
and
lied.
normal light. All right, so there you go. There's the first kind of panel. What do you reckon of that?
Hold on, making very finicky line. Okay. Yes, me gusta. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks good.
I like that. That'll work.
like your brain stopped working.
What do you mean?
You're just like sitting there like
I'm trying to
like
art.
you wanna All right, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to do an art.
I'll leave if you want.
No,
I'll
please
just
don't.
leave and you can,
I like-
do your
I like
art.
the help. Okay, so that one, I honestly I could rotate that a little bit, and then it becomes like the bottom left one as well. So top left,
Mhm.
so it's kind of like curved over the side. Bottom left, curved down the bottom.
Mhm.
So I literally could just cut this one out and then use this and cut the second one out underneath it using the same knife pattern.
If you want them to look like they're mirrored of each other, yeah.
I don't mind if they are. I mean, it's not mirrored as in like it's just a flip, but it's a rotate, so it doesn't look mirrored as much.
I feel like you still might be able to tell that they're from the same panel, but that's just maybe that's my art brain arting too hard.
Well, the other thing I could do is put it on the other side, because the other side of this is literally the same anyway. Like, it's the same pattern mirrored on either side. So it would just cause me to do less. It's work smarter, not harder, I guess. So, like, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm literally going to copy this onto another sheet panel. And that'll be, like, literally the top right one. And then I can rotate it and do 2 of the bottom right. And then the middle 4 panels can be different. And that would save me a lot of time, I think.
Whoop. Dropping my paintbrush.
All right, I will go grab a drink because Leia can't drown herself in her water.
I have 3 drinks.
This is a forced BRB for me.
I have 3 drinks
duress.
sitting in front of me.
Well, I'm not a drink witch, am I?
You need to have something to drink. I can't hydrate all by myself.
You sure can. You have 3 drinks. Me.
1 drink and 2 drink and 2 drinks.
All right. I have none drinks because I finished it. Anyway, I'll be back.
Let's drink more. Seasons from TV shows. I love the first season of Fast and Furious 10, but unsure how it will beat a car in space. That was a 9. Oh my gosh. I can't even take the Fast and the Furious movies seriously anymore. Remember when they were just about racing cars? Oh my god.
Oh, Fast and the Furious 10?
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
I reckon, because space is usually where the franchise will end, right? I got a theory.
I don't know. Hellraiser went to space in number 3, and there are 10 movies.
Yeah, but this is a car movie. It's pretty hard to do.
Hellraiser is about angelic demons.
Yeah, but that makes more sense to me.
That makes 0 sense.
It makes more sense. Well, because that's kind of cosmic as well in its own right, divine and cosmos.
Yeah,
but like a car movie that is just like, yeah, we're gonna do a heist. They go to space is kind of strange. But I reckon if they keep going down the route of like what they did in Hobbs and Shaw with Idris Elba, kind of super soldier serum, they're totally kind of going like Fast and Furious, but it's Marvel. So who's to say that Fast and Furious 10 Part 1 and 2 don't end up in like another dimension or something?
Fast and Furious in space.
Yeah.
Oh,
the plots were never
geez.
serious, yeah. I think that's part of the charm, though. They know what those movies... I mean, they just... It's like...
I don't know. I feel like somebody lost the thread eventually.
I think they're just having fun. By the look of the actors they're getting in now, it's like all of the modern action movie stars, like the Expendables did at that one time. And then it's all of like people who are in pop culture that probably have like a mild interest in it, and they're just getting together and doing some dumb shit in this film. Like I wouldn't have expected Brie Larson to join it unless she really liked it, you know? It's the vibe I get.
I got nothing for you, man.
Yeah.
I haven't
nice.
seen any of the Fast and the Furious movies in so long.
I nearly was about to say you need to go watch all of those now if you haven't seen them, but that's fair.
No thanks.
That's fair.
Hard pass.
I reckon when number 10 comes out, it's gonna make me watch all of them again. And I just watched Tokyo Drift in New Zealand recently.
That'll be one that the boys go to, and then they tell me all about it when they get home.
No, you have to go watch the Fasty Fury. It's so fun.
No, thank you.
That was the movie.
I feel that way about the last John Wick movie that just came out.
Yeah, the last John Wick movie was better than 3, but overall, you know, the franchise...
My partner is like, my dad wants us to go to see John Wick.
Johnny Wick.
With him, and I was like, why don't you go take the other guy? Like, why don't you have a boys' date? Like, please, I don't want to be any part of this.
That's fair.
I don't want to go. Hellraiser is a dimensional thing, so therefore space and Earth make no difference, really.
Tammy, you're absolutely right. It is right now it's the younger version of the Expendables, which was just all of the 80s action movie stars getting together and doing some dumb fun shit. Like, it's the same vibe. It's just with cars.
My goodness.
All right. See how much I fuck up the interior part of this by cutting this out wrong.
No, you got this. What you should do is use the ruler to make your cut straight.
I have been, and I still overshot one of them. What I should be doing is using the scalpel knife the whole time, because I can do a precise cut instead.
So then do that.
Yeah, I might continue to do that. That doesn't look too bad, though. Like, you can see on the screen now that there's a big hole.
Like,
where one is.
if you... Like, I feel like if you overshoot it just a little bit, it's not going to be a huge deal.
No. Not overall.
I feel like it's 2021 all over again.
Why that?
Just Bo Burnham stuck in my head again.
Is he making you content, but in your brain?
No. It's that freaking Joe Biden song that's coming up everywhere on my...
Oh yeah, because he's running again, right?
Yeah, because he's fucking running again.
That's a perfect song for that fucking situation.
That's why it's all over everything.
Problem is, it's so much better than the other guy that even if he's shit, it's not the other.
That's true,
like,
yeah.
I really hope that people remember just how bad the 2016 to 2020 run was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Matt, are you keen for Jaspers? Is the hype real? I think both of us are excited for Jaspers.
Yeah, both of us.
I'm gonna make Matt teach me how to play games that I've never played before.
Yes. I actually don't. I don't know when those auctions are gonna go up, but yeah, Leia. Oh shit. Leia and I are in the same game this time. I'm actually doing less games this time. I noticed. Not in a bad way. In a I don't have to be on for a whole week straight. Also nice. I like being a part of it though. Yeah, we're gonna do some kids on bikes.
It's gonna be fun. I have to learn how to be a kid on bikes.
I mean, it's really just we'll because like chances are the players may not have played either that are auctioning. So it'll be like a learning very light session anyway.
Right.
And it's basically assign your stats, and when you want to do a check, you do one of those 5 or 6. That's the entire depth of the
Like,
game.
I think
that
my
we'll go
problem
into.
is like, as like a person who enjoys RPG, I can't walk into something blind, I guess.
You read as much as you want, but if you ask me about what superpowers you have, I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
Do I get superpowers?
I usually don't play Kids on Bikes with it because it just complicates it. That's it, right? Like, I'm just like, I don't go with the powered kids. I like the ones where like the people are they're just people. And I'm thinking this time, still Australiana, because, you know, as if we wouldn't. It's Aussie Jaspers. But I'm thinking,
man.
like, my theming might be around the vibe of something like, you know, like an 80s ski movie?
An 80s ski movie?
Yeah. You know how, like, you go up the mountain and there's always, like, a dickhead at the top trying to close everything. You know, those kind of tropes?
No.
Oh, really?
I've never I've never skied. Well, no, that's not true. I have skied once. But it was a long time ago.
There's a Call of Cthulhu game with Tammy on Wednesday.
Oh man, I thought about it, but I was like, man, I gotta learn. There's a possibility that I'm gonna be playing a home game. That's a game called, like, I want to call it Tale of the Five Rings.
Oh, Legend of the Five
or
Rings?
something like that. Legend of the Five Rings.
Yeah,
We're
I've
like
seen that.
talking about maybe using that. So I'm like, I only have a very limited capacity to memorize game formats. So I've been reading that book, and
Here's how I do it. I rock up on the day and I sometimes go, I need to learn by doing, and that's how I do. 'Cause sometimes, even if I read a book, it doesn't go in.
Mhm.
That's just how that works.
I think Vaesen is the only one that I picked up really easily. Like, I feel like, but also that one is very easy to learn.
I was about to say, I have definitely forgotten how to play Vaesen.
Oh, I have since forgotten how to play Vaesen.
I wasn't going down like a
80s
porn
prom
movie.
movie tropes.
Oh yeah, 80s prom. So you know, like so
Those
many
are my
things are
faves.
parodied, like Always Sunny and that. Like you have the ski resort that everyone loves going to, and then you have like the businessman that rocks up with his weird German repertoire of super skiers, and they go, "Oh, I'm going to shut down the place," and then you go, "Oh, I'll race you for it." I'm thinking something like that, but then mixing in like
All
the
right.
Kids on Bikes rumors and seeing what happens with that.
Right on.
Yeah. So if you're keen on something like that, head on down to the auction thing whenever that goes live. I actually don't know when that goes live.
Ouch. I just stabbed myself. That felt awesome.
Owie.
Alright. I'm gonna take a break from this gold. I'm like, this gold looks really cool. I want to show you on this camera because this one makes a little bit more sense.
Damn it.
Look how pretty she is. And that like pretty gold color. It's like golden purple. It's freaking
Oh, that's really nice.
awesome. Sorry, I gotta see how I'm rotating it. My one color is, or my one light is very bright and likes to wash everything out. So you can't see.
Find it funny every time we do that. They're
Well-
like, oh, it's the influencer thing. I'm like, all right.
It is the influencer thing.
I
It is
know.
absolutely, that's exactly what's happening.
I think
That where it's
Makeup tutorial
it's
thing.
happening. That might be easier. Yeah. Other than the fact that my camera literally just hates my guts.
This is going pretty well.
Ooh, Kate and Teleria say that they are Friday.
Cthulhu is Friday. Oh.
Well, Cthulhu isn't Friday. I think the auction is Friday.
I know that. Oh.
Cthulhu is
I know.
easy to learn. I can help before. I've played. So we actually have the Call of Cthulhu card game, And I've learned how to play Call of Cthulhu vicariously through that, which is basically don't look at anything, don't touch anything, or else you'll go insane.
Yeah, that's definitely how that works.
It's like the vibe.
Are they changing the insanity mechanic at all, or is that too key to the whole game?
I have no idea. I am not keyed into Call of Cthulhu enough.
Because I know
I
that
have a partner who's really into that kind of stuff, and
yeah, I know there's a big call in D&D to try and remove insanity as a mechanic. I don't know how big the call is, but I've seen it around. That they're trying to remove it because it's got like a supposedly got like an ableist undertone to it.
Well, I think most of the tables refer to it as madness.
Yes.
It's not technically insanity, but that's, you know.
I do feel like
I
that's
don't
two sides of the
know.
same
I
coin,
don't
but
know.
I don't know enough about it.
Unfortunately, I don't know enough about it. I have been kind of steering clear of all of the
Hey.
I've just been steering clear of all of the internet. Everything on the internet. It feels like the whole world is on fire, and I've got enough to deal with that I don't need the...
Yeah, there is a certain point of look after yourself in it, right? Disengage for your health.
Because, like, I don't know. You're telling me, I just don't, I don't see it. And maybe if somebody who is more keyed into that kind of stuff explained it to me, maybe I would understand it. But I don't have an opinion on it because this is the first time I've heard about it. So I literally have no opinion. I don't tend to use it because I don't like that it takes away
agency, yeah.
An agency, yeah, like, and it tends to make it's manias and phobias. Is what Valeria says.
Is that in Cthulhu, or is that in the thing that's trying to say like the?
Or is that what they're trying to call it? Like turn it.
Okay.
Change the name to maybe.
Oh damn it!
Oh, speaking of manias and phobia, what did you do?
Oh, I cut too far and I've separated one of the things.
You could tape it back together on the back. It'll be fine. No one will notice. You can take it back together. Speaking of manias are your manias are your bouts of madness. Phobias are long-term madness effects. Okay. Totally off topic, but this is something that like I've been kind of I will tell anybody who will literally listen to me speak because this makes me very excited. I know I was talking to Matt before stream that I am replaying
Horizon, yeah.
Horizon. I'm replaying Horizon. I was fiddling around with I hated the fact that when you're on your mount and you're on a road or you're doing anything really on your mount and like you cross a road and it will like immediately veer off and like try to follow a road when you're like, no, I'm going this way. I was having that problem. So I was looking for a way to turn it off. And I found that in Horizon, they have a thalassophobia mode. Like a mode that is supposed to help people like me, because I had to be very careful about the sections where I needed to swim in Horizon because it gets very vast. And that kind of stuff, I can't do that kind of stuff. I had to be very careful about which way I faced. And I just paused my game a lot when I was playing Horizon the first time because the water bits would terrify me. And they have I want to call it a thalassophobia aid is what they called it. And it is, you know, when you're underwater and you can ping to like see stuff around you.
Yeah.
And you get those wave motions of like the sonar essentially. If you turn on thalassophobia aid, they have those going constantly so you can see everything around you. I cannot tell you, like, I'm still kind of uncomfortable, like, looking out to vast nothingness, but in some of the, like, the larger areas, like the lakes, where I usually had problems, I would felt so much better.
Is it
I was
because you
just
know
like,
what's
I was just
everything's out
happy.
there?
Yes, I could see the things that were out there instead of it just being, like, blankness. Oh, let's see here. Teleria says, no, they're already called that, and they have been for a bit. When someone has a poor reaction, they go into involuntary mode, like fight or flight. Some have DM take over, which removes agencies. I always work with my players on what their characters would do in response that is irrational, but it gives them a decision and control as a player. See, I completely agree with that. That's why whenever something says like, oh, roll on the madness table or whatever, I'm just like, ignore. Because I ran a Out of the Abyss.
Out of the Abyss is huge with that, that mechanic.
Out of the Abyss is huge with the madness mechanics.
Mm.
And like each boss has its own table, and it gets pretty dark. And I had a lot of players that were like not cool with that level of darkness, and so I just stopped using it because I felt like I was taking my players' choices away. I just
treat it more like a role-playing aid, like your bonds and flaws section more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like you have these things, you're not like 100% forced to do them, but use it to inform your decisions.
Yeah. Well, it definitely, working with the Out of the Abyss game definitely gave me a better heading as to other like tools to use other than the madness tables, just because I came out of that game not really liking that particular format. There was actually even in this Grecian game that I was running, the Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, there's like a section where it's like you could straight up possess one of your characters and like make them do horrible things. And I was like, I know if I did this at my table, my players would fucking hate me.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna not.
It's hard because each table's so different as well.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird stuff. I just tend to avoid that kind of. Now I just go for this like the backstory stuff. Just like, how can I use your backstory to make you your worst enemy?
Yeah, right. My players last night did just some classic like, oh my god, this is very D&D type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Spelljammer. They were doing a job. They're very clearly mercenaries in the truest sense of like, we'll kind of do whatever for the right price. And they're not an evil party, but they're definitely not. I would say they're a very chaotic neutral party. And it works for their vibe. And so they completed a job for the King of the Rock of Brawl, which is Space Waterdeep. And they go back and it's basically like they had technically uncovered a conspiracy that the last prince had been killed by his brother, who is now in power, blah, 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 blah. And they when they found out about that, they're like, how much money would it take to keep our mouths shut? And they're like, I don't know, go talk to one of the Underbarons. And they're like, okay, they did that. The Underbaron was like, I really like that. Hello, Cinderfingers. So I'm making stained glass window patterns for my film shoot in June. So I have made a stencil, and I will soon put colored translucent paper on here to kind of do like a frosted glass effect. And then I'm going to make 8 of these to stick on cube shelves that will be behind me on shoot. And Leia, what are you doing?
I'm just painting some knight ladies for funsies because I like women in armor.
You could just stop it. I like women. There you go.
I like women.
I like women.
I like big women with swords and armor.
Anyway, hey Simo.
Hey Simo.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so with the king thing, the prince thing. They
Yeah.
they basically then just go like, oh yeah, no worries, we won't tell anyone for money. And then they're like, yeah, no, good job. You look, if you keep this racket going, give you like 1,000 gold now or 750 gold now. And they're like, yep, sick, that's good. We'll shut up. They also wanted to double dip because there was a royal decree to find out what happened to the body and or dispose of it or whatever else. They go to talk to those people, and they don't handle the royals very well. And the captain of the royal, they go up to them trying to be like, okay, this is my lawyer. Come on, we're expecting payment for this, and if you don't pay us, then we're going to tell everybody that you're shitheads and aren't paying your contracts. And the captain of the guard's like, oh no, the riffraff is going to spread bad words about the monarchy, whatever shall we do? And they didn't know how to deal with the unfairness of the monarch figure just talking down to them. Because they were expecting like to be treated like on more of a professional level, but the monarchy, they don't care.
Yeah.
To them, you're just someone coming up and demanding 1,000 gold for no reason. So they were just like, effectively fuck off. And then one of the players is an astral elf, which are basically, they're not in good standing with the rest of everybody else right now, because they're effectively Star Wars Imperials in this campaign. And so he's defected.
Funsies.
He's defected and doesn't like them. And so this royal was like, oh, Astral Elf, are you coming in to give me imperial decrees from your fake empire? And he's like, I'm not part of them. Also, fuck you. And he goes, did you just swear at me, you fucking imbecile? Like, and just like they just start getting heated, and then they find out one of them's in a wizard's guild. So the monarchy responds by removing his affiliation with the guild, otherwise they would be dissolved.
Oh.
And he got kicked out. He gets really pissed off, and the others go back to try and convince them to take that back and get their money via them pretending to be lawyers again. It didn't go well. So badly, in fact, that the entire Wizards Guild was then dissolved.
Oh my god.
I have to note that the Barbarian was the Wizards Guild member, not any of the others. And so the Barbarian with like 8 or 9 intelligence was like, fuck this, because they were a wild magic barbarian, and somehow they had accidentally become part of the Wizards Guild. They convinced him, blah, blah, blah. Very D&D funny. The Barbarian with no actual magic is now like in the Wizards Guild and has since been removed. But he has a giant sniper rifle. So as a gif, he goes and covers himself in mud and ghillie suit, and then he just sits on a perch for like 3 days, waiting to try and shoot this guy on his guard post. At the end of the session, they almost try to do that, and he's like, and he takes his shot, fails his stealth check, so someone on their morning run spots him doing it. He was far enough away that the others didn't get spotted. However, he missed his shot. Everyone starts scrambling, and we were just like, God damn it. And then we're like, no, wait. He has a second act. He has multi-shot. He ignores the reload property. And then he rolls a second attack, doesn't get advantage this time because he's not stealthed anymore, and rolls a fucking nat 1. The gun misfires, the gun explodes with gunpowder in his face. Now, the people on the other side have seen where the second shot's coming from because a giant smoke cloud went in his face. And he just goes, fuck. The whole table is laughing at him. And he's like, I'm a hippo. I just slink into the water and go underwater and bide my time. And that was the end of the session. And I was just like, that Benny Hill chain of events was our last like half an hour of the session. And I was in tears laughing at the stupidity of how badly it went. Just you ever have everyone, an open question. You ever have a situation where, like, it is admittedly, the Royals part was stacked against them because the way they went in was too improper and too roguish for the Royals to accept any kind of good answer there. But the responses and the follow-up and the lead-up just You ever have something just go so wrong
Yes.
in a cascading
Actually.
fashion like that? My gosh.
Also, Teleria. Big ol' heart. Um.
Chainmail burp and
So
not full
I
armor. Yeah, fair enough.
actually.
Sorry, what are you saying?
Teleria falls into that category. So I had in a home campaign that we played, we had just fought a ancient red dragon
Oh, boy.
off the shores of Waterdeep. And we were trying to warn the nobles about something. I can't remember exactly why we were trying to warn nobles, but like we got turned away. They're like, "Oh, the nobles can't see you for like X amount of months," and we're like, "That's not gonna work." So
It's very like don't look up, head in the sand, isn't it?
yeah, kinda. Like nobles are like, "Oh, you can't see you for months, and your problem's not that big of a deal." So
To them,
my monk, in all of her wisdom, is just like, I can run on flat surfaces. I jump the fence.
Yeah. And how did
So
that
we fight
go?
the guards into Waterdeep, and it's really bad. And Blackstaff shows up
Black
and
stuff
reverse
shows
gravities us.
Fucking
He shows up, reverse gravities everybody in the hallway that we're fighting, because we're like just knocking people out. Because I want to say we're like level 17 or something like that. We were pretty high up at that time.
Oh yeah, so black stuff is supposed to show up at level 7. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Blackstaff shows up and just creams us.
Did he like
just reverse gravity, just like stop your shenanigans.
Yeah. Don't make me reverse gravity you and then drop it out of the air. Like, is that what he did?
Yeah. Well, that's like he did that. He reverse gravitated us. It was like, quit your bullshit. Reverse gravity again, so we would fall back to the floor, and then we were taken in front of the Lords of Waterdeep and essentially spanked.
Sometimes shithead adventurers deserve a good spanking.
Sometimes, yeah. We're like, we just fought this dragon in Waterdeep.
just like, okay.
Oh, no, what it was, I remember what it was, is the nobility in Waterdeep knew that there was a red dragon, and they were paying the red dragon to not attack Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's tribute.
And we
that
knew.
makes sense.
They were paying tribute to this red dragon to not attack Waterdeep, and we're like, we want that money, or we're gonna tell everyone that you guys knew that there was a red dragon here.
Oh, and then they were like, what are
And-
you gonna do about it?
And they're like, you can't prove that you killed the red dragon. There's no red dragon. We don't know what you're talking about.
And
We're
they
like,
just
we killed
spanked
it.
your ass on it.
We have evidence. Blackstaff fucks off for a second to like confirm that we murdered this dragon. Comes back, he's like, yeah, they're right.
Oh, so black
was
stuff
so-
was on your side by the end of it?
Well, it was one of those things where the lords were like, Blackstaff, go confirm what they were saying, and he like blinks away and blinks back, and is like, yeah, they killed the red dragon. They're telling the truth.
What
So
happened?
you should pay them.
Oh, so you should pay them, okay.
We got paid, and then we were told that we were gonna never talk about it ever again, or Blackstaff would appear and kill us.
I feel like that's a pretty fair
So
threat.
then we were like-
you're threatening the sanctity of Waterdeep, so they would take pretty
Yeah.
extreme measures there.
Oh yeah, yep, and we were paranoid about never going back to Waterdeep ever again, and never mentioning the red dragon ever.
Yeah. The
Because how thoroughly he stomped us.
So with the Rock of Brawl, I sent at the end of the session, I sent an assassin after them, but I didn't use an assassin stat block. I used a Shadakai stat block, which I actually prefer as my assassin now. After how strong it was. It's called a Gloom Weaver, and they're basically supposed to be like shepherds of the dead, but they work really well as a warlock assassin archetype.
Ooh.
And they're challenge 9, but they actually, you know how some stat blocks are like, assassins level, a challenge 8, but the second it can't surprise you, it doesn't deal that much damage.
Yeah.
This thing felt like a challenge 9. it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are like level 6, so it was a bit of a fucked encounter. It has a Shadow Spear.
Alright.
It deals spear damage plus 4d12 necrotic. And it has 2 of those. But then on its stat block as well,
Nice.
it also can cast a spell that costs 1 action. So it gets 2 attacks that can deal a total of 2d8 plus 8 plus 8d12 if it hits twice. And then on top of that, it can do a spell. Most of its spells, they're Warlock spells, so you basically get three high-level slots, and then the rest are just kind of like Eldritch Blast or whatever. Eldritch Blast is 3 beams at that thing, from that thing. So they're putting out like 5 attacks a turn, which is pretty good action economy.
That's substantial.
But the other thing it can do is it can cast Mage Armor and Armor of Agathis. So you bring him in, casted Mage Armor. His AC is like 17 or 9, like 17 to start with. You cast Armor of Agathis. Suddenly it has a new pool of 25 hit points, temporary, that if you hit it with a melee attack, it deals that back to you up to 25 damage, and then Armor of Agathis will end.
Oh man.
And then, so I was
Noted.
like, wow, this is a good assassin. Like, it comes in the night, it can cast darkness, it can do invisibility, but when it gets caught, it has defenses beyond an assassin. And I like it. I liked it a lot for that. Good stat block.
I'll have to remember that. Oh my god. I made a mistake.
You made a mistake.
I made such a big mistake
What'd you do?
in my D&D game. So, there are not awesome magical items for like bow classes.
Are you kidding me?
And we have an arcane. It's okay. Like you get the few items that are okay for an archer, and then that's like it.
Have you know about the Oath Bow, right?
Yes, I know about the oath bow, but that's the only bow. How many swords are in the magic stat stuff?
That's fair.
In the DMG.
I guess. Just saying though, the Oath Bow slaps so hard that I don't care about most of those swords.
I mean, yes. But like when you've got a dedicated bow class, it's very hard to have, because like once you've got like bracers of archery, the what is it? The case of Alona, that quiver, like fancy arrow case. Quiver, that's what it was.
I mean,
like, couldn't think of that word.
A lot of them are supplemental because the thing you're doing is already covered, right? I understand though, because like
the thing I'm doing was
the thing you're doing, as in the shooting off the bow, is already covered. So you need stuff to like cover it, like with special arrow. Like I think it's like special arrows and things like that would be where I would go with it.
Yeah. Well, so I've got an arcane archer in one of the games that I run.
Yeah.
And
that's a funky archer,
all of the other players have gotten cool weapons and cool stuff. So I decided to give him, because we were playing a Tyranny of Dragons game, a supplemented, instead of like, because one of the things that was in a pile of treasure that I ended up rolling out was a sword of dragon slaying. And I was like, okay, nobody in my party really uses a sword. Which is strange. I know I've got like a warhammer. Somebody uses a spear. Our rogue uses daggers. The bard uses a rapier, but mostly she's cast spells.
Yeah. So
I changed the bow, I changed the sword to a longbow of dragon slaying.
Yeah.
And then I made the mistake of forgetting that I gave him that.
Oh.
And then gave him arrows of slaying. I think I only gave him 3 arrows of slaying. In one of my last games, I put them against 2 adult black dragons.
Yeah.
They had to fight two adult black dragons.
Yeah.
I kid you not. The first arrow he lets fly.
Yeah.
Was on the bow of dragon slaying with a slaying arrow, or a arrow of slaying, a crit.
I was about to say,
You
didn't account for
like
crits, did you?
He did like 190 points to one dragon
Yep.
in one hit. I thought I was gonna die. I was like, I am so glad there are 2 of these motherfuckers in this fucking room.
Another dragon.
And they already had maxed hit points. Like my party is pretty strong because
Yeah, I'm noticing.
they're just like maximized and they're a pretty high level. So at this point, I'm just like making all of everything that they fight has max HP.
No, that's fair. My Pathfinder game frequently requires the so their version of that is like you turn stuff into elite versions of itself or basic. So elite just means like it gets like a +2 stat bump in most of its stats. So everything hits a little harder, everything hits a little damage harder, they have more health. I pretty much do that every time with their group now. Like I will just choose elite because they're level 15 in Pathfinder, and none of these games are balanced past like level 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Like I struggle running D&D at level like 13 plus. I don't struggle. I have to have considerations of bullshit to happen at levels 13 plus. So like a level, Pathfinder being different again, it's just another story. All right.
Yeah, I think these guys are like my level 14 players. They're 14 or 15. But they are... It did make me feel very good, though, that when they eventually killed one of the dragons, I hit most of the party with the acid breath.
Yeah.
And the paladin goes, "Welp, I can only take one of those."
That's what happened last night. With that that Gloom Weaver, I crit. No, I didn't even crit. Actually, no, I did crit, but they have the best armor against Matt Brown's DMing. A adamantine armor, which stops crits.
Ooh.
So I hit him for 40 damage still, and he was like, "Oh, shit." And I was like, "Yeah, the crit would have been 60, my guy." And he's like, "That would have downed me in one hit." I'm like, "Yeah." And then I proceeded to crit twice more against somebody else. They got so mad, they took my dice and gave me one of theirs. And they're like, "Use this now." And I still rolled well. Because I rolled two natural 20s in a row.
That's freaking devastating. I love that though.
It's not even a thing anymore. It's just I just have the god dice luck.
Yep. I definitely didn't almost get all of my team killed in our Star Wars campaign as I ran into a room and classic dark wielder hiding in the corner.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The room door locked behind us. One of the other people revealed they had a lightsaber. We knew that they could wield them, but didn't know that they had picked one up in their travels that none of us knew they had. 2 people got knocked down, and then the dark wielder ran away. Sorry, my dyslexia is having an awesome time right now. We are now stuck against a troop of dark troopers that are in the doorway leading out of the door.
Yeah.
The next session is the first encounter. Oh man, I want to play Star Wars games so bad. Problem is I want to play a fucking Sister of Night. Play a Sister of Night so bad.
What does that mean?
They're basically like space witches. They use the Force to cast magic.
Why is that not in the canon yet? That's sick.
It's not in the canon because they were all murdered.
So were all the Jedi. They still keep fucking around with that.
Before Order 66, I believe. It's basically like they thought that they were too powerful, so they basically
just
like
genocided the other Force
users.
users. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
As you do. And they're from the same planet that like Darth Maul is from. They're from Dathomir.
Yeah.
Force casting witches, they all died quite early in the story. Yeah.
Look,
that's why I was so pumped when I got to see one.
Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order, Jedis everywhere live, so the witches could also live, in my opinion.
The witches can live. Let the witches live. It was funny because when I found them when I played Fallen Order. That's when I like first got my whiff of the Night Sisters, and my partner was like, "Oh yeah, they're from the same planet. They're like the same planet as Darth Maul,
the
and
same
they're kind of
race?
like they're witches. They're technically, yeah, sort of.
The spiky-headed people?
Yeah, they're all from Dathomir.
Yes.
The original story about the Sisters of Nice would be the dopest thing ever. Wouldn't it just? Especially since, like, what was it? I thought they were gonna do something with the the Sisters of Night eventually, because, what was it? In the book of Boba Fett, they bring up that Rancors used to be ridden by Sisters of Night.
Is that the thing that the Mandalorian had in it?
Boba Fett gets one of those, a Rancor.
What's the thing that he has the tattoo, the armor thing? You know, that becomes his crest.
that's a Mythosaur.
No, that's Boba
Those
Fett's one. No, was that Boba Fett's one? No, I'm talking about the one that's on the man, the what's his name?
Is it a mud
Pedro-
raker?
Pedro's.
Dinjarin.
Yeah.
Dinjarin. I think it's a mud raker.
That's
The original story about the. Oh, I already read that. What color should I? This color.
Best car.
This color? No, the Mythosaur is like that's the symbol for all Mandalorians.
Yes.
All Mandalorians can claim the Mythosaur as their
crest.
I don't remember what it was. I don't know. I know the thing you're talking about.
Wasn't there?
But I don't remember what it was called.
I haven't seen all of Mandalorian season 3, so spoilers for me. Was there a Mythosaur in that season?
For a second.
Okay, because that was on the underground episode.
Wait, yes.
Yes. Okay, I thought that's what that thing was.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's a Mythosaur.
Because she was
They are
like,
thought to
"Did you
be
see anything
extinct."
else down there?" And he was like, "What?" She was like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah, and I lost my shit.
I was like, "Oh, that's the
Wait for
thing.
me to
That's
make
a thing
Hamish
that's probably
cringe.
important for later."
Way for me to make Hamish cringe is saying something like doing the kettle run in like 20 parses. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk
The
about
kettle chip run in 20 pars?
the Kessel run.
The kettle chip run.
Yeah, it's a kettle chip run. That's exactly. Yep, that's what we meant.
You go when you're really pinging for some honey baked ham and you don't have any at home, you got to go for the kettle chip run in 20 minutes.
Oh, I don't know how
I
I
hear
feel
you.
about this wash.
I hear your silence, Rage.
Who?
You.
Me or somebody else?
No, whoever's angry.
Somebody's angry?
And my intentional lack of Star Wars knowledge.
Oh, I don't.
No, I know you don't care.
The thing is like I don't take it that seriously.
The Smith's chips
I'm willing to learn things. I like what I like.
Continuing
I don't care. I am also of the mind is like I don't give a shit that the Sisters of Night are fucking extinct. I want to play one.
I mean, it's your role-playing game. You can do whatever you want, quite literally.
Yeah. I need somebody to run a Star Wars game so I can do the thing.
That's fair. Oh, this the
This is like it's not fair. The brothers are still around, but why can't the sisters be around anymore? It's bullshit.
the following on Simo's bit. What about the Samboy chips? No. The alliteration tickled me when I thought of that just then. The Red Rock Deli Run. That ran off the tongue quite nicely. Whew, let's go to Fortress tonight.
I think... I don't know what I'm doing. I give up.
I'm not big on Star Wars either, but the Mandalorian's one of the few things I can watch and not be upset.
I mean,
Except for the end of season 2.
I thought that was dumb.
Thought it was shit.
I also thought that Boba Fett was dumb. My dad thinks that I'm son of a fun-sucking asshole for not liking Kenobi or Boba Fett.
I didn't watch Kenobi. I watched the only 2 episodes of Boba Fett that mattered, and then found out in season 3 it didn't fucking matter anyway. They basically retconned it.
What are we talking about?
The 2 Mandalorian episodes. They almost just make it not matter in the first 2 episodes of season 3. Because it's like they knew that no one watched Boba Fett.
Maybe I just really blocked Boba Fett out of my brain because I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, his whole thing in there was like, you know, Grogu and the armor. It's like they just kind of hand waved it. They're like, oh look, yeah. Grogu's back, and it's like, all right.
Well, that's because that's their moneymaker right there is Grogu.
I know, but like they didn't need to commit us to 2 Boba Fett episodes when they just kind of hand waved it in season 3 anyway.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, not a huge. I was like, I thought this was gonna be a Boba Fett show, not Mandalorian 2.5.
That's how I felt. Yeah, I was like, apparently there's the blue alien Tau looking guy. He was like Kane or something like that.
Yeah, the bounty hunter.
Yeah, apparently he's like a very popular extended universe character, and he was also in Star Wars Rebels, which I like, and they apparently they did a good job with him. But the show as a whole was.
Sorry, I'm brushing my mouth.
That's all right.
I think it's funny that I also have a lot of friends that are like, oh, I love Andor. Have you seen Andor yet? And I was like, I don't feel like that there's... I fucking hated it. I watched 1 episode, and I told the boys, I was like, if you guys want to keep watching this, you can, but don't ask me to watch it with you, because I have no interest in this. Because here's the thing. Cassian Andor is not a likable character at the beginning of Rogue One. He is a likable character by the end of Rogue One. And that's like where all of his character development is. So it's like, why do I want to watch a show about a character who has no likable qualities in him?
Won't grow. Yeah. That's how I felt with the Han Solo movie. It's like, you don't need this story, because if a character does all their growing in the next thing, it means they have to spend this story being a fuckwit.
Yeah.
It's like, well...
I do want to go back and watch Andor 1, as I like Rogue One, and I did like the Kenobi one too. I like Kenobi because... I like getting to see Ewan McGregor. I like looking at his gorgeous face, and that is about what it was worth to me.
I like that. I appreciate, or I can appreciate, that the people who really like Star Wars growing up are now old enough to, you know, it took 20 years for the prequels to be enjoyed. Because all the kids who were that was their first Star Wars, you know? I mean, I think that was my first Star Wars area as well. But all those people really like Ewan McGregor in those movies now because they're so formative for you, rather than everybody, all the grognards that are 40 at the time or whatever, hating it. Much like the sequels now, you know? 20 years from now, everyone's going to be like, hell yeah, Daisy Ridley, a lot more than they are now.
I don't know. I feel like they really lost the thread in...
Don't get me wrong, I don't like any of it.
I don't know. It felt like this... I have a complicated feeling, because I really wanted to like the new movies.
Well, I
feel like I I liked the first one. I really liked where it was going. I thought the story was really gorgeous. And I kind of loved where I thought that they were going. And then, you know, things happened and stuff got weird. And then I was just like, I feel like I don't know.
See, here's the thing. I didn't like the first one at all. And I liked the one that was different. I liked the second one a lot. And everyone fucking hated it. And I liked it because it did something that Star Wars wasn't willing to do. And then took a chance on with the director. And kind of was like, you know, maybe the Force is kind of grey and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, cool, that's sick. I don't like this binary system that they've got going on with the light and dark. And
But there is an order of knights that are called the Grey Knights.
Then-
Like there is a part of that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
do that.
kind of where
do that story.
my partner thought that was he thought that that's where they were going, and then they absolutely just threw that out and they're like, "There's only the binary," and I was like, "But Grey
Yeah.
Knights."
Yeah, so they were. It seemed like they were kind of doing that. Luke was sick of the shit, and I was like, "This is kind of better than A New Hope again." And then they retconned everything, fired the guy, and then just kind of pieced together a rough ending very haphazardly. It was like Rey's parents were not a thing, and now they are a thing, and now she's a fucking Palpy or whatever, or you know, she's a pancake.
I think my biggest problem is the last three movies, the sequel movies made the like everything that happened in 4, 5, and 6, or yeah, 4, 5, and 6. It made it not matter because it was like the Empire won anyways. They got in power again.
Yeah, that's
like it just didn't. It didn't feel like Luke and Han and all of their efforts were for naught because the Empire ends up winning again anyways. So
I mean, what an allegory for real life.
I mean, yeah, isn't it just? I hate that that's true.
Yeah.
I hate that that's a thing.
Cynical.
Stop
in me
it!
is
I don't
just
want to
like,
talk. I don't want to talk about how the real world is on fire. Okay.
That's fine.
I already know that the is on fire.
Simo said, Fortress, I have a game there tonight. Someone did like a last minute booking, and I will be playing there at a certain point.
So, blah. Okay, I finished 2 of my 3 drinks and now only have water.
So you gotta get another drink.
No, I have a full cup of water.
But you've only got 2 now.
Yes, and it's full.
Doesn't sound like the Leia I know. Sounds like she's gonna get another
I don't
drink.
need any more spicy drinks.
What's a spicy drink?
Like a drink that's not water.
Ah. I was like, is a spicy drink something carbonated?
I don't need anything that's got fanciness to it. I need to drink some freaking water. I have a headache.
You got a headache?
I wanna
Oh,
cry.
chat. I think you know what you gotta make us do. She's got a headache. Same thing I tell Jess when she says the same thing to me, but won't take bloody a glass to her face. Wait, that sounds bad. She won't put a glass in her mouth of that good water.
Oh my god, my teeth. Excuse me. That like nuzzle to get the top of the bottle open.
Me? Yeah, because the little
Yeah,
flippy cap
you.
was in the way.
Just thought it was funny and adorable, alright? God.
Hey, stop it!
Yes! Meow! Ah! Oh my god.
turn on the. No, stop it! I'm tough. I'm a tough man.
Meow!
Toxic masculinity says I have to say no.
No. You're better than toxic masculinity, Matt. Daenerys wants everybody to know meow.
Meow.
Yeah, you tell him. You tell him, Daenerys. Tell him to take those compliments. I mean, don't take those compliments. Don't do it. Ugh! Excuse me. Daenerys, I swear to the gods, please stop moving right now.
Hell yeah. All right, 4 cutouts, same shape. Gonna rotate them.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I just ruined my gold armor.
Why?
Cause I was doing some, it was like too red. And
hydrate.
my
Gamer
brain
junkie.
was like, Gamer Junkie, hey! Oh, I didn't like how red this armor was looking, so I took this Sigmarite. Excuse me.
Oh, the dry brush.
And and I started dry brushing, and now I'm like, oh my god, it's very yellow. I don't know if I like this. And did I overdo it? Oh my god.
Hey,
I don't know how to paint. I don't know
Junkie.
what I'm doing.
You're doing fine.
I quit. I'm going home.
You're already home.
What the? What the fuck just happened?
What was that?
I heard a crunch underneath my chair, and I don't know if it was the chair
Or a cat?
or no, it maybe it was the it might have been. I've got like one of those rolly pads. Sorry, I didn't mean to screech in everyone's ear.
It wasn't that loud.
It just startled me. I have like one of those rolly pads because my room has carpet in it.
Oh yeah, I got one of those as well. I accidentally left that upside down the other day because I had to, after the whole water thing, I had to like put a fan on the carpet and dry it all up. So I had that I had that face up in my room, and I stood on it, and the spikes. And because I got like thick carpet, it was like the second highest spikes it could have. And there's like a noise that you make, and it's like, oh, like it's audible. It hurts so bad. You're like, oh,
It's death. Steve, you shut your mouth.
it's like stepping
No one
on.
needs to know that.
It's like stepping on 30 Legos at once.
Like 30 Legos at once. Oh. You don't know the best part about replaying Horizon?
I can't play it till the weekend.
Getting
I'm busy.
to climb all the tall necks again.
Oh,
They're
that's
so
such a
cute.
fun thing. I liked in this
They're
game
so
that
cute.
I liked in this game that there were lots of different ways to climb them as well.
Mm-hmm. I think some of my favorite ones were, I don't know, I feel like the DLC one in Zero Dawn, I think was my favorite.
It's the DLC one in
When
Zero
you go up to the oh god, what was their names? It starts with a B.
The Banuk?
Banuk.
Yeah, but
When you go up to like the
what do you do
Banuk
there?
areas, it was like laying down and you had to like figure out how to get it to stand again.
Oh. Yeah.
But it's like it's also like listening to Aloy. I think this one in Forbidden West, I think it's the one that you have to build in the cauldron.
Oh, the cauldron one's
ride
great.
It up.
Yeah, I like that
I
one.
love that one.
Well, no, you have to ride it up and then you have to do the regular thing.
Well, no, you have to like build it and then you ride it out of the cauldron.
Yeah, and then you have to do the regular climb.
Override it.
Yeah. So like
you have the regular.
Yeah. So after you're done, I remember doing it. It was after you do it, you have to then, position yourself and jump on it like normal, climb to the top and override it.
No, you don't.
I swear.
Mm-mm.
Oh. Maybe that was one that was.
Because I remember I was trying to get like a cool photo of me standing on the tall neck, as it was like walking towards the like this circle where it normally like walks.
Mm.
And because like the sun was going down over the mountains and it looked really gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just did that one. You override it as part of the cauldron. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Because you gotta override it because there's that arm is stuck.
Oh,
And it's the reason you can't get out. So you gotta override it, and then when you jump off of the head or something like that, like because it does the pulse thingy and moves the arm, and then you get out of the cauldron.
Okay.
It's freaking gorgeous.
I just did the cauldron in Burning Shores, and that was quite interesting.
Oh, don't tell me about it.
I will tell you that there is one part I fucking hated because the game.
Is there a tall neck in Burning Shores? Because I really want to do.
I haven't found one. I haven't found one, but I don't know if that means that there isn't one. I'm gonna look it up.
That's true. Oh, I just think they're just the cutest. They're the cutest. Oh.
There is no tall neck.
There is no. I haven't beaten it yet, so I haven't touched the DLC, but I did pre-ordered it. Yeah. So, Gamer Junkie, you missed earlier. Or no, I was talking to Matt about this before we started streaming. So I already finished Forbidden West. However, because I did stuff after having finished the game, after finishing Singularity, when it kicks you back before you finish that mission, because I did a bunch of running around and stuff like that, the DLC never kicked off for me. So I'm replaying the game, or I was replaying the game anyways, so I could catch up on what happened.
When I got the mission, I was in the base when I got the call for it, so I don't know if that was the trigger for it or not.
I don't know. I've been to the base since, because like I ran around, like after I did the pre-order, I ran around in my level 50 game for a smidge, just to kind of like, because that's when I hadn't quite decided whether or not I was going to replay the game.
Yeah.
But then I decided that I wanted to replay to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I'm just gonna replay and refresh myself, and really it's been mostly like, oh man, I really these are like my favorites. I love Katalo so much.
Oh, is he the?
He's the Tanakh
With the one arm?
He's just, he's such a cutie.
He is one of my favorite characters in that, and I want more of him.
I love him. And we're doing it because I can. Actually, I'm debating on picking up on stream or just starting fresh on PS5.
I'm calling it now, by the way. PS5 one's gorgeous.
So gorgeous.
That's what I'm on.
What are you calling now?
I'm calling the third game's going to be called Great Delta.
What makes you think that?
The unanswered plotline and the Quen and their constant referral to their homeland of the Great Delta, Burning Shores also being fairly Quen focused.
I don't know if it was Quen focused.
Burning Shores.
Oh, Burning Shores.
Burning Shores is fairly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fairly Quen.
I mean, that makes sense because like you don't meet the Quen until like the last third of the game.
That's it. Also, they're travelers from a far land. You know, we've explored most of the US at this point. So, you know, going over to Europe, I feel like is going to be the thing.
Most of the US, bro.
It's most of the US, legit.
No, it's not.
Don't you go from like... Okay, it's like microcosm US, much like in the same way that Death Stranding is most like, of the US.
It's like Colorado over.
Where's Yellowstone? We go to Yellowstone, don't we?
Yellowstone is in Washington, the state.
Okay,
not
so it's like
DC.
half of the US. That's still a lot.
It's like half the U.S.
That's
It's still a lot,
still
but
quite
it
a
is
bit.
also like microcosmed.
Like you go down to
yeah,
Hollywood in this one.
Oh my god, I can't wait to go to Hollywood. Is picking up the PS4 save on the PS5 or start fresh? I'm tempted to do it fresh because the handful of issues with the old streams.
Can't you
so
put
let
the
me-
Can't you update the PS4
I would-
save through to PS5 with the upgrade?
But like, I'm Gamer Junkie. You know I have your back. Restart it on PS5. It's a completely different experience. The haptics are better, the visuals are gorgeous,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's just 100% worth
Those
it.
bow triggers are nice.
The bow triggers are to die for.
All right, 4 panels.
Teleria wants to know, what panels are you putting up for PAX, Matt?
Ooh,
Tell
starting
us
to
about your panels.
starting to put them together. I'm gonna do Taskmaster again. I'm gonna do. I'm thinking. I hit up Soylent because her and a few others basically demanded of me that we do another spicy, but maybe in Dragon Age this time. And I also.
Oh, yes!
And I also have not played Dragon Age and will not before the panel, and probably will not after. So, perfect.
Yeah.
Luna is keen. I have already thought of a funny joke because Dragon Age also sounds like Dragon Ball. And I can do something with that.
It doesn't, but okay.
Dragon, rock the dragon, Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't know. It tickles my brain, so there'll be a joke there. What else is there? Definitely Dungeon Masters and Dragons. Like that'll be like year 5 of 6 of that panel, so that's like an annual staple at the moment. And then I know Kate's pitching like a dating game for Monster Manual stuff. So I think she's got a short list for that. So we were talking about how to pitch it. I don't know if I'll be a part of that one. I would like to, but I understand if she's got a full list of other names, because that's how that goes.
I want to see that.
Yeah, well, they'll all be uploaded at some point if you can get the footage from PAX or film it yourself. Like, we film all of ours. Yeah, so I got 3. There's one that got up last year, but it got denied, and there was like a whole messy thing. There was like a TTRPGs, health of TTRPGs and society and all that, and I had like therapists lined up last year for that. I got told that got denied, and then I saw it on the panel list going like, oh, someone else just pitched it. And so it kind of was messy. So I might pitch that one again, see how we go.
Mm-hmm.
I would be more moderating that panel. That's like less of a funny panel and more of like a discussion panel on like issues in the issues and tools and solutions.
I feel like that's something good to have consistently, because I don't know, that's in my opinion, I feel like things are always changing. The way we deal with things is always changing. We have different ways of dealing with stuff every year. So I feel like that's pretty impactful.
I also know of a few organizations around that do like D&D as a form of therapy. So I had them invited last year.
That sounds pretty cool. I can't wait to see some of the funny stuff. The Dragon Age is gonna be good, man.
It's always gonna be a good one.
I love that. I'm just imagining. I feel like Iron Bull is gonna be this year's Garrus.
He is. He already is. Because I know
He already is.
The only character I know is the big sexy grey bull man. So my first thing that I'll probably do is ask everyone why. Yeah, my first question is probably going to be like, so you're all furries, right? You're like the big cow man. You're a furry.
the big cow man.
And they're all going to be like, well, yes, but I mean, you're not wrong, but I don't like that you're right.
No, I'm 100% proud of that.
Gotta state the facts straight up. Just like, room full of furries, funny. Just like, nothing against it. I'm just stating a fact at the start of this panel.
No, it's not furries. It's you are friends with a bunch of monster fuckers.
Yeah,
Be
but they're
honest,
all.
what it- what
But
it-
I want them
let's
to.
call it what it is.
They're gonna say yes to monster fucking. I wanna like also annoy them a little bit.
That's like the one thing I was telling my partner recently. I was like, I think that's the only thing that I really missed in maybe Horizon. Like, I
Is
would have
monster
liked if
fucking?
I could have. Yes, monster fucking. That's exactly what. No, like a romance element. But like, I also understand that, like, you know, Aloy's got a lot on her plate. She's like doesn't have time for dating. It was a similar problem that Elizabeth Sobek ended up having.
Yeah,
Like,
she's too busy.
not enough time. Must save the universe or must save the world. No time
Look.
for funsies.
There's
But it's
always,
like I was like in
there's
a
always
dream
time.
in a dream world. I would romance Katalo in a second.
Oh yeah, romance. You mean like a romance option tree with some missions and stuff?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like, come on, Commander Shepard could do it. Why can't Aloy? And
I guess it's not really the same type of game, but I can understand the want for it. Sorry, go on.
Like Aloy has to run everywhere, and in the other one, you're stuck on a spaceship.
Yeah, there's nothing to do versus she's always busy in this one. Look, there's time. There's probably another game. She might settle down after this one.
I don't know. I don't see it. It was actually interesting because my partner and I were having a conversation that, like, because I know like the big spoiler for Burning Shores is like
I haven't
Aloy
finished it.
comes out as gay. Okay. I always thought of her as like maybe she's just not attracted to people, and that's fine. That's fine.
I thought she was ace, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I either thought she was Ace or Demi.
Oh yeah, Demi could work, yeah. Well, Demi sits on the ace
So-
side, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like on the Ace spectrum. It's complicated. I know that there's
like-
a difference.
It's like grey.
I'm
It's a form
Yeah.
of... Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those, like,
I-
I don't... You know,
I'm not
it'll
super
sit where it
versed in
sits
it.
and, you know,
yeah.
whatever you want
I
to
was
call
like, you
it.
know, maybe she's just like it's just like romance just isn't her thing. Maybe that's.
Oh, you think
that's
she's just into, like, just not
Like-
romance, but the other thing? She's just into that? Or she's not, into...
romance, but the other thing? No, like I
well,
just
as in,
like,
like,
don't think she's
So she's...
attracted to like I don't think that she's a romance. I think she's Ace. Like it
Yeah.
just doesn't do it for her.
Heteroromantic.
Like whatever. I
but
don't know.
not,
I don't know. I am like I am
what's the
treading in water that I do not quite
Oh, there's there's words
know how
for
to
it.
traverse.
There's phrases for it because my friend was one of them at one point. She
think-
was
I think I broke my chair.
she was. Did you?
I think I did because it's starting to tilt
Oh,
this way a little
that was it.
further.
It's asexual and aromantic. My friend was aromantic for a bit there while she was working stuff out, but she was not asexual, so she didn't really feel the romantic attraction, but she was cool to do the manky panks. The joke that I was making was that if she's not I was like, is she just going mad for the other side of things? She's not into the romance, but she
I
might
would
be into
say,
the
like,
other side.
They're probably like maybe asexual or like I think Demi. I don't know. Oh
That's
my
more
god.
of the vibe that I got.
Hold on.
I got more of an asexual vibe because there's never really been an indication of interest. But that also doesn't mean. Demi, you mean like attracted to the person based on how well you know them kind of thing, right? You gotta know someone before you will consider it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things where like she's just got bigger problems to figure out.
Demi's also very frequent in heteronormative relationships as well. Like people won't do things until they know each other a lot better.
I don't know what that's like.
No, me neither. I'm a maniac.
So, but same.
I don't want to TMI myself,
I'm sorry,
but
guys.
Jess knows some shit. I'm sorry, Jess.
Oh my god. I'm sorry to anybody who's listening.
Anybody who's listening. be open about your stuff. I'm not going to say specifics because I don't want
get
people
that,
to
'cause
leave.
I'm on like the I'm pansexual.
Yeah.
So like gender doesn't matter to me. I
Yeah.
want to get to know you on a personal level.
You're just like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Like I just, it doesn't matter to me. I was like, if we got chemistry, then I don't care what your gender or sexual orientation is.
What you're doing, yeah.
Whatever.
It's fair.
I just like people. just ignore my heteronormative seeming relationships.
You got you don't have a heteronormative relationship. In fact, you have a poly relationship. You have two heterosexual relationships.
I have when I am with a single partner, I am in a heteronormative seeming
Okay. When was
relationship.
that last? Because I've never known you to.
When was the last time I've only gone out with one person? It's been a second.
Exactly.
We've been going on a lot of triple dates. I'm actually very happy that we've been going on a lot of triple dates.
That's
and
cute.
the last time I went out with my boys, it was me, my boys, and the kiddo. We had a little
that's
family
fun.
together.
That's a family outing.
Yeah, that's when we went to go see the D&D movie. That's real
great.
cool.
Brendan's got 3 in his. I think it's Hingy, but they're all kind of the same as well. I don't fully.
Polycool. You can call them. It's like a polycool.
Yeah, but I don't know if like I know
what
that
they're
there's more of like one person in the center, so it's like, is it Hingy? Is it kind of polyculy? I think it may have started Hingy.
I think it's just like a polycule.
Yeah, I think that's what it is now. But I didn't. Yeah. So it's changed over time. But they usually when we invite them to things, they'll come as like a little group of 4, and we're like, it's like a little 4-person date.
They're so adorable.
Yeah, it is. It's cute because they're all doing couple things, but there's 4 of them. And so they're just like, you've got something on your face, and then one of them will go up to the other one, and you're like, it's cute, it's funny.
So it's funny because we have so there's like there's a term for tabletop polyamory.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you have conversations about your polyamorous relationship with all your partners. However, I have a partner who lives out of state, and they have a partner.
Yes.
So I heard somebody refer to it as instead of tabletop polyamory, it's called garden party polyamory. Because it's like you guys don't see each other all the time, or you don't like hang out all the time, but when you do, like, you guys all function as a family.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just thought that was really cute and also very cottagecore, which is very much their vibe.
Cottagecore.
Talaria says, so there are studies on how many partners people normally have through life that are monogamous, and 2 professions are routinely exceeding the norm: police and corrections officers.
I'm a corrections
officer. Oh,
funny.
goodness. I want to see what this study is.
Are you looking to be a corrections officer?
Oh yeah, totally.
Police.
No, we actually. It's funny. It's funny because one of my partner's father makes a joke that I have a harem, and I was like, "You're not wrong," but it's not my fault that I'm the one who everybody comes together for.
You're the hinge.
I'm the hinge.
You're the hinge. That's what that's how I picture the terminology. I don't know if that is correct though, but it's like you're the center point, and then there's branches off. Because if they're not also in a relationship with each other, then that's a hinge, right?
I guess it depends. I think it really depends. Like the boys that I live with, they have a friendship.
No, they don't. But they're not like that. A friendship is not a relationship.
Not, but they still consider each other family, which is the thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're just. I don't know.
But in the same way that you have like blood relatives, it's not a relationship in the same way. It'd be like an in-law situation. It's like you're not gonna You're not gonna be like in love with them in that sense.
I don't know.
They might be.
My partner
I
and
don't know
I
what they're like.
my partner and I make jokes. The one that I'm legally married to.
Yeah.
We've made jokes that like if we ever had to get divorced, which one of us gets the other partner in the divorce?
I actually think you
And
would
I was
lose.
like,
I would think you would lose.
that's
Matt
unfair.
there.
What?
Wait,
You think we would lose him?
Is Matt? It's Matt, right? Yeah.
Which one?
Boyfriend-
The one I'm
boyfriend
married
Matt?
to, and the one I'm not married to. Boyfriend's Matt.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah. You're very good.
I'm
You
terrible.
paid attention.
Well, I know names. I get confused.
That's okay. I tend to be very non-specific because he's a little bit private.
That's why. And yeah. I also don't want to dox anyone on stream.
But no, and then I've made jokes that like we should all get divorced and they should just get married because they make the most money, and that would just be financially more.
They'd be better off again. Okay.
And they're like, oh, we're pretty sure that's fraud, and I was like, I don't know, like
Nothing's fraud if you hide it well enough. Fuck the government. I don't know.
We live in the same house.
So,
Just sleep in his bed every once in a while.
While I remember for a sec, so I have the panels here, and I'm kind of trying to.
Yes.
So this is the top left. This will be the top left middle out of the 8.
Mhm.
Do you reckon I should continue the lines?
I mean, if you're gonna just keep like changing it, like maybe if that's just gonna be easier for you.
Well, I'm gonna
not have to think about.
I'm gonna tile the top 2 because I'll just mirror this one, and then it'll continue on from that one nicely. And then I might be able to like do the bottom 2, but like I'm wondering, like based on just on that image I sent you, do you reckon I should make it all go inward like this, or do you reckon I should have some like intersecting it and going outward from the middle panels as well?
Let me look at the thing you sent me again.
Yeah, I don't want to show the thing off
Where's
yet
my
because I
mouse?
will show it off when it is properly in my hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get you.
To see how it kind
I
of.
don't know. I feel like everything kind of like, especially in that middle panel, it all kind of
emanates out, right?
yeah.
So should I like have the emanating out interrupt this stuff at a certain point? Because this top bit and this side bit is very clearly mirroring that left side, that kind of curved. So I'm kind of thinking like of going along that route still. So should I do some jaggeties coming from the bottom there?
Triangles.
So like more like, so I've got this one, which is basically the top border. And from that point, I do some triangles coming up this way. So like one there. Or like that, maybe sharper.
Yeah, I think that could be cool. I would make it sharper.
So I'll maybe do like that.
I would go the other way. Maybe. Go like. Oh.
Tell me which
I'm
way
seeing
to rotate.
everything on a lag, so.
Tell me which way to rotate.
You wanna know what? It looks fine. It's like my brain, everything is awesome. I think, yeah.
Oh, I think I've
that'll be
got
fine.
it. So like maybe like a sun ray. So like angled like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so I'll do big one like that. Is my ruler gone? I need a larger. Because then it still gets kind of what I was picturing. So like that. Oh shit! I need the thickness of this one.
Yes. Yeah. Oh shoot.
What's up?
It is 12 o'clock.
Oh, you gotta go.
I gotta go.
All right. Well, while
Also, I'm waiting for this. My wash is not quite drying very fast because I had to put some medium in it to make it a little bit more watered down. So I have to wait for these to dry for forever. Excuse me.
well, I'm just thickening these lines, so while I do that.
Ow. My head hurts.
I'm into this. I'm gonna keep doing this after.
Yeah.
It's
do
like
the thing.
it's like easy craft for me.
Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've been a little scatterbrained.
That's alright.
So I did a very easy thing today.
You're working on the thing you're already working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These ladies are almost done. And then like I'll probably do one of these days I'll do like we'll do some of their bases. Leia will like actually 100% finish stuff with like bases and stuff like that. I know. Yeah.
That is very interesting.
Are you proud of me?
I'm proud of you. I'm always proud of you.
Aw, stop.
Yeah. All right. So let's like a sun
Just
ray. Does
make
that
it
kind of
fun.
look cool?
Yes.
All right.
That is like, yeah. Uh-huh.
That's the good stuff. All right. Well, I will
That's the good stuff.
cut that out, and then I will mirror it on the other side. Then I will have a nice little sun
Yeah.
ray coming from the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then on my bottom panels, I don't exactly want to do a sun ray on the bottom like that, so I may just keep the lines converging, but like crisscross over or something.
Yeah.
See how I go. Or I could make this the bottom panel down here, because
Mhm.
that'll emanate out from the top of the logo as well. Either way, I think it'll look good. I've got
I think it'll look good.
got a good amount of stencils going right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
This is taking a lot less time than I thought it would too, which is really nice. Anyway,
We want easy projects.
easy projects are good. Oh, Phoenix
Mhm.
Iwaki is playing Out of the Abyss.
Ooh, I think we rated them last week too.
We
Like
did.
I think they start.
They started 4
Like-
minutes ago.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. Well, Leia, you got anything you want to spruik?
Hello. My name is Leia, and I don't think. I think I'm supposed to be doing something soon for Band of Badgers, but I think that is getting pushed back because they're. I think Steamforge has a new media person, so
Ooh, nice.
our.
Oh yeah,
I think
Epic.
all of our stuff is being pushed. All of our stuff is being pushed back. Yes, we're doing another Epic
I
Encounters
want to do an
brush
Epic
off.
Encounters so bad.
We're supposed to be doing an Epic Encounters. I'm gonna be doing a Lich Queen. It's gonna be
Oh
pretty
heck!
cool.
So
or at least I think I'm doing the Lich Queen.
my favorite game store that I order from online is having a sale at the
Mhm.
moment. We're not sponsored or anything. They have 50% off a couple of their Epic Encounter boxes. It's the one full of the crab
Ooh.
people and the one full of the serpent folk. So they're like they're normally like $90 and they're down to like $40. Are they worth buy? Oh, and the dragon turtle one is also half price.
Ooh, oh, they're so. All right.
Are they good? Are they worth the minis?
Ugh. Ugh.
We gotta get Epic to sponsor if you're bringing that shit out.
Look at this. So I really like these guys.
I've
really
been
like
wanting to
these.
pick
These
up
are
a box
really
for so
cool.
long.
They
Like, have you played
have
the adventure?
Amazing. I haven't played the adventure yet. Just because I don't have anything to do. Like I don't have a Hive campaign
Whoa!
to work on.
Is that the crab one?
This is the Hive.
What is that?
This is Hive of the Ghoulkin.
Oh, they're like undead. Okay.
They're ghouls.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. They have these really cool. There's a bunch of really cool
Oh,
guys
horrible.
in here.
If I got that, I'd probably slap
Um,
chop all those because there's a lot of minis in those
Oh, yeah.
boxes.
There's a lot of minis. This
I-
comes with.
I really
this
like
many,
the
this
kobold
many
one.
guys.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
That's good. That's for what?
It's a lot of guys.
Maybe I should buy one of those off Gap Games.
They're really good.
I'm just thinking $40
I really
for that
want
many
the,
minis is good value.
The snake one is the one that I really want to get.
Oh, that's the one that's
it
half
comes with a
price.
really cool. It comes with a great book. like that's got some really beautiful art and easy to read stats. This is like the encounter booklet. And like info about the guys and everything like that. I love it's like a nice high quality paper too.
Yeah.
These beautiful, beautiful big maps.
Oh, serpent.
Like,
oh, weird. Is it Chamber of the Serpent Folk?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's 50% off at Gap Games at the moment. It's $45 instead of $90. And it comes with 20 minis?
Oh, that is...
I might end up with one of these boxes pretty soon.
I think, how many...
There's also Island of the Crab Archon, which is also 45% off.
This one's 15 minis in here.
Damn. Yeah, I would really like to get... There's a Kobold one, and they look real... Like, all the Kobold minis are really cool in there.
Shrine of the Kobold Queen.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, a little ad for them. And Lair of the Red Dragon.
Yeah, I've seen the dragon
got
one.
Hall of the Orc Queen or Orc King.
Yeah, they've got
I've seen Dave painting this.
These are all 20% off on their website.
They're really high quality. They're like, and it's nice dense plastic. So they got some
resin?
weight to them.
Okay.
Really nice. It is. Yeah, they're like plastic. I love these.
I need to talk to them because I want to have some.
Yeah, 15 minis, double-sided game mat, adventures book, monster stabs, tips and trips. These are great. I'm supposed to be doing, I think, the Lich Queen one that was the one I volunteered for. I don't 100%. I don't know what they're going to be sending me.
That's fair.
I asked for 2 different sets, and I think they're going to just decide which ones they're going to send. But I think that's being set back a little bit, just because none of us have gotten our minis yet.
That's fair.
Other than that, Jaspers. That's it. That's all.
Jaspers. Keep an eye out for Jaspers if that's coming out tomorrow. Our game, so it'll be me DMing Kids on Bikes. Leia will be playing. I think we've also got a couple other people from the Australian community. I don't want to spoil who it is because I will let the announcement do it. But yeah, you can bet in the game and play with us if you would like to. And I think ours is on the Tuesday 12 p.m. slot, so it's good for Leia. It would be now starting. It'd be starting right now, and we were doing our character creation in the first about 45 minutes of our stream.
I'm gonna be very tired. It's gonna be a lot of coffee.
It's gonna be
Leia.
fun. I'm gonna be hyped up.
I think last year I stayed up till like 1 a.m. with the Jaspers crew.
Nice, and you probably will this time.
Yep, for sures. For sures.
All right, well, we got to get you out of here because we are.
Yep, I need to go to bed.
You got to go to bed. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep working on this, maybe in the Discord or something, until I don't know, like 2 or something after lunch. So come and say hi. Come and I'll keep working on this, and we'll see you next time. Let's raid Phoenix Iwaki now.
Yeah. Bye guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for this. Leia, thank you for helping me make decisions on my panels.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. See you next time, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday if Brendan's doing the stream, and then we'll see you next Thursday. I might have something else in my hands to do crafting with. Let's see if it happens. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. See you later.
Bye. Ooh.
Oh my god, look at that. Is that a follower? Hello, follower, hello.